Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the joke right here. So far, as treat good dog joke right here is basically right here is a draw. Right here is a dog. You got right here is two dogs. It is. So far, is also known as what you say is the neighbor's dog. It is, and knowing about right here is I went ahead and drew right here as a dog, and so far it goes on about the joke is talking about it's like what you call the dog treat, the dog treat that'll be waiting in the door, for it's like for whichever dog able to get to it was, and basically the joke goes by saying is that hey, about it's like with the dog joke it is, it's like with it's like talking about with the dog that you had this dog right here that basically we'll be talking about. Hey, it's like you got, if you got like what say a few doggy treats, you say on the other side is of the doggy door it is, and then knowing about the fact about hey, I want to have a doggy treat myself. It is. It's like so far as the neighbor's dog will be like, yeah, I want a doggy treat myself. Well, I tell you one thing, that they're only for me, and of course, for the owners, it's like talking about they got the doggy treat for me. It is, and with the neighbor's dog, it'd be like, hey, well, I want a treat also. I want my treat. I want my treat first. I'll go ahead and race you to the doggy door. It's like, I want to be able to get my treat, it is. And basically, by the joke, by saying is like, yeah, well, if you want to have a treat, then I guess you'll have to find another way through the doggy door. It's like, yeah, you'll have to go on the other side of the doggy door. And anybody more like you think, it's like, yeah, right here is like the doggy door right here. And then knowing about right here is like with the doggy door. And if we could probably think about, it's like so far as how many ways is there, and of course to get around the doggy door, more likely would be it's like right here is that they have the doggy door right here, and of course if you come in, if you say from the east side and then from the west side, it is like to be able to go into the doggy door, just for the doggy treat it is. Anybody probably think about like, whoa, what type of treat are we talking about? It's like talking about like for bacon strips. Are we talking about like for like an enchilada, or if it's anything related to like what you call like biscuits and bacon. But other hand too, that knowing about that right here is for the doggy treats, and more likely basically the joke goes by saying it's like that, hey, I saw it first. It's mine. Hey, I saw that first. It's mine. And then knowing about that, it's like you have right here is the neighbor's dog, and then of course it could be what you call stray dog, or it could be the fact about the dog that came out of nowhere. It is, so far as you say, for all dogs go to heaven, and then knowing about the fact about that is like you gotta say it's like hey, I'm sure that there's plenty of treats for everybody. All you had to do is really find another way, to get around the doggy door, and you'll have your treat. It is. But according to what the whole part about the joke was about, is like right here is you got right here is the dog, and then with the dog will be like, yeah, well, if I were to find my way, of course, in you through the doggy door, it is. And from my own direction, it is. There will be a treat for me waiting, huh? Well, that all depends. On the other hand, too, that knowing about for who saw the treat first, more likely knowing about it between yours and mine, it is. But other than that, is talking about basically the whole joke matter is that knowing about that, hey, whereas like if we were to find a treat, we're not gonna say we're not gonna split it. And then that more likely that if you want to split it, then more likely that's like, you're going to have to, I'll go ahead and go through the doggy door first and then come out the doggy door. And more likely the fact about knowing about is like if we can guess the right flavoring, so far as you say the dog treats it is. So far as for the treat, good dog, it's a joke it is talking about right here. Like if we could probably think about what's like the type of doggy treat we think about that would come out of the bag, it is. And like, well, you got right here is the doggy door, right? You got right here is the doggy door, and if you come in from the, from the south, or if it's from the west side, you say the doggy door it is. And then knowing about the fact about that yeah, I want my doggy treat. Like, and I'm gonna go ahead and go through the door from this direction. And I'm gonna go ahead and go through the door from this direction. And then knowing about the fact about that is like talking about, it's like, with the doggy door. The doggy door, of course, enters the house from whoever's is whose. And then knowing about the fact about that, yeah, like if you walk into my house, you're going to have to find another way through the doggy door. Because know that there's, when you say that one way, you say trip up, knowing about, it's like how to get to the door and how to get out the door. Because more likely, if you go into the door, then more likely that that there's a thing, of course, that you don't even know where the snacks are. That since you don't even know where the snacks are, more likely that it's going to be harder, of course, for you to find the snacks. And knowing about, it's like, I guess you're going to have to find another way through the doggy door, it is, because you don't know where the snacks are. And the way I think about, like, basically the whole joke of the matter is that talking about, it's like if we were to think about, for whichever door that you gotta take in order to be able to get, you say, is the doggy treat it is basically, it's like if we were probably thinking about that, yeah, if there was a door right here, and if there was a door right here, and if there was a front door, I probably think about, if there's a front door right here, like, which door do you think that the doggy treats will be hidden at? It's like, from what door do we think that more likely that we would be able to find the doggy treats? It's more likely the fact about, for whichever known about is talking about, it's like if you were to actually say name the type of snack, of course, that more likely that could be found, like what you call, as like to say, for the bag of doggy treats it is. For the bag of doggy treats of knowing about that, yep, for whichever door that to walk into, of knowing about, it's like for whichever one you're able to spot the bag of doggy treats, and knowing about, it's like half, and then you get half. Other than that, it's talking about right here is talking about the snack, you say, of the doggy treats. Talking about right here is like with the joke. It's like talking about like an and that is talking about the treat, good dog is like soft paws, for the joke.